ElectraCast.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Welcome to the Congressional Record Daily Digest, where we bring you all the previous day's U.S. legislative proceedings in 4 minutes or less. In today's episode, we bring you the Congressional Record for April 4th, 2025.
Today in Congress, the Senate passed the budget resolution for the 2025 fiscal year, setting federal spending guidelines through the year 2034. The resolution passed narrowly, with a vote of 51 to 48. One key amendment that was adopted was introduced by Senator Dan Sullivan. It creates a reserve fund to protect Medicare and Medicaid as long as it does not increase the federal deficit. This move directly affects seniors, low-income families, people with disabilities, and veterans who rely on these health programs. Several other amendments aimed at protecting federal assistance programs and controlling national debt were rejected. These included a proposal from Senator Jeff Merkley to block any future laws that would significantly raise the national debt, and an amendment from Senator Jack Reed to prevent cuts to Medicaid benefits. Senator Chuck Schumer introduced an amendment to stop tariffs that raise prices on food and other goods, which was also rejected. Senator Jon Ossoff proposed reversing cuts to Social Security, which did not pass. Additional amendments from Senators Padilla, Bennett, Sanders, Warnock, and Markey focused on Medicaid, health care access, the minimum wage, and Social Security, but all were voted down. As a result, working families, rural communities, caregivers, seniors, and people with disabilities could be affected. The Senate also adopted 3 ceremonial resolutions. One honored former Representative Mia Love of Utah posthumously. Another celebrated 50 years of the Indian Self-Determination and Education Assistance Act, which supports tribal nations and Native American communities. A third resolution officially designated April 2025 as National Native Plant Month. On the nominations front, the Senate moved several high-profile appointments forward for future votes. These include Elbridge Colby for Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, George Glass as Ambassador to Japan, Mike Huckabee as Ambassador to Israel, Peter Hoekstra to Canada, Ronald Johnson to Mexico, Kevin Cabrera to Panama, and Paul Atkins for the Securities and Exchange Commission. Appointments made today include Senators Jeanne Shaheen and Chris Van Hollen to the Board of Visitors at the United States Naval Academy, Senator Mark Kelly to the Goldwater Scholarship Board, and Senator Jon Ossoff, along with Alexander Joel and David Criss, to the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act Reform Commission. These decisions will have lasting impacts on seniors, veterans, children, Native American communities, caregivers, farmers, federal employees, and working and middle-income Americans. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives did not meet. They held no votes or hearings. Those were the key activities of April 4th, 2025 in the U.S. Congress.
Subscribe to receive daily or rate or review so others can find us as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Congressional Record Daily Digest. This has been an ElectraCast media production. Executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Produced and edited by Hannah Riggs.
Why is it that games make us feel so good or completely rage quit? These emotions we feel are mostly not an accident. People like me designed them. I'm Chris Cross, and this is Brain Arcade, a podcast all about the psychology of game design and why games hit us so hard. Each week, I bring on a new guest, designers, psychologists, storytellers, to break it all down with me. If you play, design, or just love games, follow now.
ElectraCast. ElectraCast.